It's yet another time on the LABABY'S Spotlight Show, and I am LABABY, your hostess for this show. This is a show that brings nothing but the best shoes and vibes. It keeps you in the light at all times. And today we are talking about gender equality and not gender uniformity. And our guest is in the person of Madame Cynthia Eshen. She's going to help us to bring and dissect the issue so that we understand it better. You're welcome on the Spotlight Show.
Thank you.
I trust everything is doing well.
Very well.
I'm great. Today, what we hear in the news lately is that what a man can do, a woman can do it better and do it super better than the man. And so the women are saying that give them the lead roles and they'll play it better than the men. Before we dive deeper, we want to understand what exactly do we mean when we say gender equality.
So when we talk about gender equality,
Okay.
we are talking about equal access.
Okay.
Equal access to social resources. Okay. So economic resources, decision making, workplace, it encompasses a whole lot of things.
Okay.
So we have to, there should be equity, it should be equitable. There shouldn't be the situation where some people are being treated differently from others. Okay, so maybe men are being treated differently for doing the same kind of work.
Okay.
When women are doing the same work, but then still their work is being devalued. That is gender. When you do that, then it's gender inequality.
Okay.
So when we talk about having gender equality, we are talking about having equal opportunity and access for both genders.
Okay, so that is like to say equal rights as well.
Equal rights.
Okay. All right, so now we know gender equality. Now let's move to the gender uniformity. When we say uniformity, what do we mean?
Okay, so when we talk about uniformity, we are talking about everybody being the same. No difference between
The male,
or the female, right? They're all the same.
Okay, and are we all the same?
Not really.
Okay, can you elaborate more on that?
I will start from the physical aspect.
Okay.
So physically, we are not the same,
Right.
right? We have physical differences, the breast, the bum, definitely the genitalia as well.
Okay.
So there are different physical differences between us. But when it comes to ability,
Okay.
there's no difference in that. Your physical difference does not equate to, differences in ability in doing different kinds of things.
Okay. So there are no differences in our IQ and all that. And so is it right to say that women can also head roles that men are likely to head?
Exactly.
Okay.
There's nothing to show that a woman cannot be a manager at the workplace, only men can be. In actual fact, it has been proven that women are better managers than men. Are you aware?
Yeah, I heard that saying. And this is what the men will argue with us, but women are more better managers. That's a person. But okay, let's look at it in this way in our job setting. Sometimes when you promote a man, it's okay. But when you promote a lady, it's said that people do not really often agree with it. They would want the lady to prove that she's worthy of that position. Why is it so?
It's because of how we've been socialized to perceive males and females.
Okay.
That, this thing is a female thing. Or bad yet, what's in your kitchen, they're supposed to take care of the home. So the man is supposed to be out there at the forefront of everything at the workplace. Which is not true. Unfortunately, a lot of people have come to accept this misconception. Okay? And we are working with it. So when a man is promoted in the workplace, let's say to
It's
a
normal.
managerial level, then we think that, oh, it's normal.
He deserves it.
He deserves it. But when a woman is promoted to the same place,
She went to see Papa. No?
we are questioning how she got it. Then she has to prove. And in most cases, a woman has to work like twice as much as a man to achieve that same recognition that a man will get. Sometimes for doing nothing,
Okay.
which is seriously unfair. It's not.
So you believe that there's no need for a woman to prove herself to anybody so much to hold a particular position that she really deserves?
You only prove yourself as far as the work responsibilities are concerned.
Okay.
Not to do anything extra. Like, I mean, what else? What does a man do in a managerial position?
Okay.
It's related to the work. If the woman is doing the same thing, what else do you want her to do? What else does she have to prove apart from the responsibility that is required of that specific job or that specific position?
Okay, so you believe that if she's fit, then let her stand in. Okay, now she is standing in. The reason why I hear men have issues with this is because when women are elevated so high in their job places, when they come home, they feel that they should carry that obligation or that elevation to their homes. Some do it not accidentally, like not on their own intention, but it comes because probably they also carry their work to the house. Some too, they know what they're doing, but because probably they are earning higher than the men, they think that, okay, yes, then me too, today I'm the boss.
So on that level, I'll speak for my Christian background. So yes, being the boss in the office does not mean that you are the boss in the house.
Okay.
From the Christian beliefs perspective, there is a structure.
Okay.
And the structure of the Christian home is that God is the head of the family, of the home. Then the husband is the head of the family. Then the wife. Then the kids. And yes, continues like that. Okay. So if you are there as a boss, there should be, you have to be able to delineate the boundaries. Okay. It doesn't mean that you come back and order your husband about.
Okay.
Your husband is not your worker. Okay. You are supposed to submit, even if the husband is not earning the same amount of salary as you do. It doesn't mean that you come and order him about
Left and right, because
That's not
you
what
carry
like
more weight in the pocket than your husband. Okay, so that means that we should always know our place. So what goes wrong? Why is it that the woman forgets all of a sudden her place and she can just stand up and talk anyhow to the men? That's why I think the men also beef and they don't want to see them in higher positions in the workplace too. I think that is their beef.
When you say they talk anyhow, what do you mean?
They talk anyhow, for instance, let's say I am earning 5K and my husband is earning just 1K. Yes, and so I take charge of majority of the expenses at home. And so probably me, the man coming home, probably I get home and things are not in order and my wife comes in the evening and says, I go out to work in the morning from morning to evening. I toil so hard. I even bring majority of the child home. Why can't you just do this little thing? Why do you always have to make a fuss about it? It starts from there. Then gradually it increases. Oh, probably it's your wife's money that you take when you're going to see your in-law. Then it follows. Then your wife starts addressing you that you are not man enough, you are not competent, this and that is where the issue supplies starts.
So earning more than your wife, than your husband, does not mean that, as I said, you should boss him around.
Okay.
Even if the man is earning more, I think in the house, what is important is the way we are able to, communicate together and have this kind of a structure and relationship where we understand each other. Okay. Even if the two of you are working, let's say the two of you are both working, and you come home. The man comes home and the woman comes home late. What prevents him from maybe helping here and there? Okay, but then you have to be able to have a certain understanding. Okay, we both work, or we don't both work, but during the weekends, this is what we are going to do. Maybe the woman prepares some stew here, left and right, puts it in the freezer. If the man comes home and is preparing a jam, putting yam on fire, does not kill anybody.
This is an understanding husband.
This is an understanding husband, and it is a requirement.
It is a requirement.
It is.
Viewers, it is a requirement.
It is.
Whether you understand it or you are not understanding it, it is a requirement. Now, what if you're women share the typical, I don't want to mention any tribe here, but the typical countryman, yes. And where he's coming from, he doesn't care if the woman is earning higher or paying bills or he takes submission so high, even to the job place, that he even wants his fellow colleagues to refer to him as uncle, brother, and those kind of names we usually use in the home. He doesn't care your position, whether you are the boss. He sees that he's still the man. Obejnaha, he's still the man. So, like, that kind of what you say about such kind of mentality.
You know, funny enough, I mean, those names, I think, first of all, they are the name. You have to know where to use certain words. Okay. So I have a lecturer who is so uncomfortable when you call her auntie within the school setting, right? She has a title. She's a professor.
Okay.
You call her as such, or you address her as such.
Okay.
You see, some of these things, there are ways where men tend to, devalue women. Okay. So the person knows very well that, you are a professor, or maybe you're a doctor at the workplace or at the university, and then they come and they are calling you auntie,
Sister, auntie.
ma.
Oh.
Is she your mother? Is she your auntie? No, you have to know the setting within which we are using those names. For sure, there's no way somebody will come to the school and then call a male doctor daddy.
Yeah.
Have you seen it before? No, it doesn't happen. So we have to know where we are and use the appropriate terms. But being bossy, saying that we want the person to call you uncle within the room, I think it's just a way of telling the person that, well, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Don't
Because I think it's a complete turn up and pull off.
Yes.
I mean, how can you be in an institution and you demand that someone call you uncle, brother? I mean, the first time I heard this, I was like, wow. Also, imagine what the wife may be going through. That's what I'm saying. If you get married to such a typical kind of, I mean, when I finish eating, carry the water. Like, it's compulsory. He takes it to the workplace too. So I want to know if we have home behavior, work behavior, that kind of thing, so that we know really where this equality can fit.
So I would say that, where the man said that when I eat, watch this, do that. For me, when he's just sitting down doing nothing, it's just lack of understanding. Because basically, if you really want your marriage to work, it doesn't. I mean, if the person is willing to do that, so it's fine. But it shouldn't be like your shirt, by all means. So your man, one year, man, I know a person haram. No.
One day, just how disrespected was a man.
No. Because at the end of the day, they said that the woman is your core helper.
So it didn't say the woman is your slave.
It didn't say the woman is your slave. They said that the
Let's
woman
emphasize
is your
on this, because I think most often we hear even people say that when they get married to people, they say, Makoto,
hey.
I have bought you at a price.
But what
And
money?
so, no, because we hear comments like that, and I ask myself, how can you say you have bought her? You can't buy any human being.
Exactly.
That's in the first place. So probably this is just like something you have put on her head that, well, let her leave her father's house to your place. You can't fully say that you have custody. That's the term they say, and so that's why people get married and they say that, let me get married to you, and after you see, why would someone say that?
Because you see, that is our society. A society that is male dominated.
Okay.
And these things favor them. It feeds men's ego. Okay? That matter. What holiday? With what money? Can you buy a human being? You can't. But because it feeds their ego and it then reinforces their belief that then they don't have to do anything, the woman has to do everything for them. But if you truly understand the concept of marriage, you will know that the woman is there to help you.
Yeah.
She's
a
your
helper,
co-partner, okay, in raising a godly family.
Yeah.
So you help her, she helps you.
Yeah.
Okay, what you can't do, that is what she comes in to help. It doesn't mean that she will come and then be a slave and then, you lord everything over her. No, it's not right.
So then someone will say the olden days, what was happening?
Well, those things.
They make comments that and then man, me a different change, it's a man. Or let me translate it. The current ladies are different from the olden kind of ladies. And when they say that, I don't know whether Omo Pacha says Subaya and I say current situation. Sometimes it's you use blender and so see I use blender. In the example, a child almost say you're quite. So I think that's what they don't want to hear.
No, you see, at the Titanren or the olden days, most women were not working.
Okay.
But, well, when I say working, I'm using it advisedly because work in the house is also work.
Yeah.
So I don't want to offend anybody.
Yes.
And it's high time we recognize that work in the house
is also work. Yeah.
And in most cases, research has shown that it is twice the amount of work that men do at work. Yeah. Okay. So, but in the olden days, women stayed in the house to take care of the house, while men went to work to bring in the money. Okay. Now things have changed. As you said, we use blender. Women also go to work. They go out to the bank, to wherever the hospitals and other things to work. Unfortunately, they come back home. It doesn't mean that because they are now out there to work, the work in the house is ignored. They come back and do the same kind of work. Okay? So you don't expect that even as women are entering into the work circles, then they come to the house and still be doing the same kind of things without any form of help. Okay? Yes.
No division of labor.
Yes.
Those men, they don't believe in division of labor, the typical countrymen.
And that's why it's affecting them. Because you leave the wife to go to work and come back, still continue with the work in the house, and at the end of the day, you want to climb mountains.
Which of the mountains?
Yo.
So
So you get the woman so tired and so stressed out. At the end of the day, it affects the relationship. It affects the two of you. Sexually, you are not able to connect in such a way. About what can you do? Then you also, the same person will start complaining again. But we should know that there has to be a level of understanding that the wife is a helper, not a maid. The way you treat her will affect the totality and the quality of the relationship you have with her. So if you are not treating her equally, giving her equal attention, and making sure that what is due her, she's getting it, and you think that she should slave, go to work, come back, clean the house, wash, do this, do that. And most of the time, the men who complain are those who will not even give the woman the needed things, resources to achieve all those things. They will have every idea, or cleaning from what you say. So at the end of the day, the quality of our relationship is affected. So when they say gender equality, it's not just about, we want the equal access, but it helps in a lot of ways. It eliminates a lot of problems in marriage, in society, in our community, everywhere. So when we get it together, then we are able to, move forward and have, quality life for everyone.
So let's try and get it together so that we can have quality life. Okay, nobody is above or beneath anybody. I believe we all know our place in society, okay? And even the good book makes us understand that the man is indeed the head of the family. We are not saying that the women are the heads of the family. No, it's an error. The woman can never even be the head of the family. But the woman is there to support you. She's there to be a helpmate. She's there to help bridge that gap that you have been struggling for years to complete. So please, let's understand each other and work hand in hand with each other. Stop bossing her all over the place. Women, stop also bossing your men all over the place. It's all understanding.
And stop accepting the fact that you are inferior.
Thank
you. Are not.
I think that thing, a lot of people need psyching, because growing up, if you don't take it can really worry you. Because we live in a society that I think now is becoming better, but previously, when a woman tops first place from primary to tertiary and all that, sometimes
they are being questioned. How did she make it?
Meanwhile, the lady, yes, she has sat down to do hard work, but her hard work is never seen. So I beg you, let's stop saying that women can never achieve anything unless they pass other means, and let's support each other. Let's support them. The women will always support you. Let them know that you are pushing them, and they will push you as well. Any final or last words?
Final words. Well, gender equality is important. In as much as the Bible talks about, the man being the head of the house. Remember that if the man is the head of the house or the head of the family, the woman is the neck of the family. If the neck is not stable, the head will not find a place to stay. Don't boss it over her. Make sure that you understand each other, and make sure that there is equal access to opportunities, decision making, both in the home and the workplace and everywhere else. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Equal access. And Mwani Eshushe, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for coming and helping us to digest this. God richly bless you. Remember to share your comments, like, view, and share. And see some other time when I see you. Remember, I'm your sweet, bubbly hostess. May that sister. Bye.